Adrian Robinson here, MLS commentator for the Houston Dynamo with Cube 57, right? That's the channel, right? Former Dynamo defender. He has seen it all, played the game in the highest level. Adrian Robinson, welcome to Sports File.
Thank you for having me, Sam.
Midweek, we saw a lot of comeback in the UEFA. And I believe Dynamo fans were kind of thinking and believing that such may spill over to, to here in Commentator Champions League. But then the moment to Montreal, they got knocked out in the Champions League. One went down.
Well, it was always tough losing the first leg to Tigres at home 2-0. It's going to be a difficult task to go to arguably the best club team in North America and get an away victory. But I said it on the Dynamo broadcast last week after the Montreal game, you can't write off the Houston Dynamo, and we saw that. They created chances. I really do believe that if they could have gotten an early goal, they really would have had a go at it. Disappointing, yes, but they got another home game in Major League Soccer this weekend that they need to get 3 points.
So now, they're done with the Commentator Champions League. Now the attention now shift on defending the US Open Cup and making the playoffs. How prepared do you think Dynamo is looking at the fact that almost all their goals, Mario Manotas has been the goal scorer. When he didn't click in again, the team seems to struggle. What do you think is the way out?
I think it all comes down to the motivation of Ramel Kyoto and Albert Elise. When they're feeling it and they want to play, they're both unstoppable 1v1. There's not a defender in the league that can handle them. If their game's a little bit off and they're not providing service for Mario Manotas, the Dynamo are going to struggle offensively. They've started the season now, third consecutive home game, a draw and a win. They need to get another win because in Major League Soccer, everyone knows if you don't win your home games, you're not making the playoffs. So Wilmer Cabrera is probably putting a lot of pressure on this game this Saturday against Vancouver.
Injuries seems to have set in the Dynamo. DeMarco Pierce hopped off in Mexico. Mario Figueroa also seemed like he had a knock. What is going on? It's not too early for Dynamo to be, experiencing kind of topsy-turvy injury crisis.
That's just frustration, isn't it? Because at this level, with the staff that these players have around them, they're treating themselves correctly. They're doing the best that they can to stay healthy. It's just unlucky. You look at Juan David Cabezas. I think that was a huge loss for the Dynamo last year. I think it's still glaringly obvious that they need him in the center of the midfield. But when you look at the consistency or lack thereof at the center back position last year due to all the injuries, that was the downfall, one of the downfalls of the Dynamo. If Struna and Figueroa can stay healthy and form the partnership that we just saw against Montreal this past weekend, the Dynamo aren't going to give up a lot of goals this year. So again, the onus will fall on that front three. If they can score goals, the Dynamo are going to have a heck of a season.
Vancouver Whitecaps, coming down on Saturday. Dynamo fifth in the Western Conference, 4 points from 2 games, 1 win and 1 draw. Vancouver Whitecaps, 0 points, lost the 2 opening games.
Well, that's the funny thing about Major League Soccer is the parity. The rules are set up, the amount of money you can spend, the amount of players that you can have. So on any given day, if your mind's not switched on correct, any team can beat any team. So what the Dynamo have to do is come out the first 30 minutes, really impose their style of play on Vancouver, make Vancouver defend, try to get a couple of early goals. That will open Vancouver up because I think Vancouver's going to come in and we're going to see something similar to what Montreal did. They're going to sit every player 40 yards from their own goal and make it very difficult for the Dynamo to break them down. If they can get an early goal, it will open Vancouver up, and I think it will be a fun day out of BBVA Compass Stadium.
Right away from that one, there seems to be like a huge gulf in gap between Liga MS teams and MLS team. Looking at the last 4, no MLS team in that Champions League. Dynamo got knocked out by Tigres, New York Red Bull by Santos Laguna, and the champions of MLS got knocked out by Montreal. They won their second leg, but they fell in the first leg. What can be done to bridge this gap?
Well, I think that as far as the lower level players on the Mexican rosters, they're making the same amount of money that the designated players are making in Major League Soccer. For instance, Tigres, if you looked at their roster and put it under MLS rules, they would have had 8 DPs, right? I mean, there's a huge difference when you can spend money and buy quality. It's much more difficult in Major League Soccer to get that quality than it is in Mexico. So until we get a little bit closer in salary cap and spending, I think there's still going to be that gap, unfortunately.
All right, away from the Champions League in the last 8, we saw some incredible results. Against all Liverpool went to Allianz Arena, beat Bayern 3-1. United went to Paris, beat Paris Saint-Germain. Ajax came to Santiago Bernabeu and beat Real Madrid with ease. Man City had an easy walk-off over Schalke 04. Now the quarterfinal stage is set. What matchup are you eagerly looking forward to?
To be honest, I mean, any matchup at this point. I mean, these are 8 of the best teams in the world. And you can tell just by looking at Cristiano Ronaldo how much this means to these players, how badly they want to win this competition. In a perfect world, the English teams would find a team from another country. They would match up against each other, but I don't think that's going to happen. But, I mean, I guess the dream matchup right now would be the 2 best teams easily that have separated themselves, Barcelona and Manchester City. I think a game between those 2, or maybe throw Liverpool in that group of 3, that's probably the best 3 right now. Any game, any draw between 2 of those teams is going to be absolutely cracking.
The English Premier League, just 1 point separate Liverpool and Manchester City. And the race for the top 4 is getting very tight. Looking at the shocking result last in week 30, United got beaten at MLS, Chelsea drew 1-1 with the Wolves at home, and that opened up the gap. Even Spurs were beaten to that open up, the race for the top 4. At the end of the season, you've seen it all, the commentator of the game at the highest level. In the season, who are you expecting to be crowned champion? And what order do you think that finish?
I think Man City ends up winning the title just because of their depth. When you look at that, Manchester City, Pep Guardiola, he can pick any of 6 across his front 4, and they're absolutely outstanding. I think once you get away from Firmino, Salah, and Mane, what's next, right? There's a huge drop in quality there in that front 3. So I think that lack of depth is going to see Liverpool finish second. I think Manchester United might creep into that 3rd spot.
I hope we take that elusive
third spot, but I think Manchester City is going to take it.
So City will take it, Liverpool going to be second, United going to finish third. So who take the 4th spot? Then
It's funny because I want to say Chelsea, but it seems like they want to shoot themselves in the foot. It doesn't. They're giving away points, giving away games. But that's a toss-up. I don't have enough confidence to give you a big report, but I think that's a toss-up for sure.
Appreciate you. All right. That's Eddie Robinson, commentator for the Houston Dynamo on Q57, talking to Sports 5 as regards this Saturday game in the MLS. Thanks for watching.